I've done Bachelor's in Computer Science, BTech from Bangalore, Nitte Meenakshi Institute of Technology. And then I had a 1 year gap where I was doing multiple internships, and then I came to the US to pursue my MS in Information Systems. One big reason why I chose the MS in Information Systems was firstly because it was more aligned to what I was looking at. I was not looking at some very technical roles anyway. Um, and MS in Information System gives you kind of the best of both worlds. It's you get into management as well as you have the technical background you need. So I think that fit really well for me, and also that the college that I applied to provided me some really tempting financial aid. So that was a big plus point for me. And right now I'm working. I graduated my master's in 2019 May, and I've been working in the US ever since. I applied to just 4 universities in all. I was looking majoritarily in the Illinois area because I had relatives staying. So just it was a matter of concern for my parents to stay close to relatives. So I applied to 4 universities in Illinois. I got admits from all four, and this kind of financial aid was given just by the university that I chose. So of course, there's always a possibility where you can have financial aids after you enroll and then after the first semester happens. But that was a risk I was not willing to take since I had an offer in hand. So I just went with the best I had. I had applied for Illinois State University, which is where I attended my master's. I had also applied to UIUC, that's University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign. UIC, that's University of Illinois at Chicago, and UIC Springfield, so that's University of Illinois at Springfield. So when I was applying for admissions, this specific university, they had openings for graduate assistants. And while I was in India, I just kind of applied with my resume, and with my background, I just heard back saying, okay, they are interested. And then I followed the proper interview at I think 3 rounds of interviews before I was offered a position of a graduate assistant while I was in India itself. So basically, the with this university, if you get a graduate assistant, they waive off the tuition fee completely for that semester. So that was a big win for me. And of course, you get a monthly stipend while you're working as a GA. So that again helped my expenses while living in the US. So yeah, that was the major financial aid. So during my bachelor's, I was in an autonomous university which had this credit system, and so I was not really new to the system. I had experience with how the credit system works, so that I think worked in my favor. And course-wise, I would say that it is rather interesting. Some concepts are really out of the box, really amazing. The way they teach, it's fantastic, and some of them are like the same old school method, and so it really depends on what subject and how the professor intends to teach it, rather than having a single one standard of, okay, this is how it's going to be. So I think the universities in the US take a lot of liberty to hand over the professor, saying, okay, it's just up to you how you want to teach it, as long as the students are okay with it. It's, I think that's a mutual understanding that the professors and the students have, and it's pretty transparent. If you're not comfortable with something, or if you feel the class is too slow or going out too fast, you can just have directly speak it out to the professor, and he'd be understanding enough to adjust it according to the consensus views. The university is understanding enough that since you have, and since you are pursuing a master's degree, 95% of your courses are going to be evening classes. Like you'll be in class only after 5 p.m. because here a lot of people do masters while working. So to accommodate that, all of your graduate classes are going to be during the evening hours, and your graduate assistants, you'll be teaching uh, you know bachelor students and probably freshman year, and they'll be like probably first, second, third, or even the senior year. So it depends on your role. So you probably assist your professor in taking those classes, grading papers, setting up exams, proctoring exams, even conducting whole labs for the entire semester. Like you be the only person in lab, and you will set the assignments for the students. You will grade it out, and if students have any concern in the labs, then they'll directly come to you, right? And as far as it interfering with academics, I really don't think so, because you have that set time limit where you're getting paid to work just that many hours. So as long as you keep it in that many hours, you should be fine. For graduate assistantships, again, it could be an hourly job, or like all jobs here are measured hourly basis, right? It's even if you are salaried full time, you still calculated pays per hour. So the max you can work is like 20 hours a week while you are studying. And during the winter breaks, it goes summer and winter, when university is not in session, you can work 28. So that's one thing. So it never really interferes with anything. And of course the stipend is much better than the part-time job you're doing. So that takes care of a lot of finances. I mean, you don't even need to think about your rent, because that's like completely taken care of. My GRE score was not that great. It was about 305. My TOEFL score was about 105. My GPA out of 10. So my college was GPA based again, but it was on a scale of 10. So I got about an 8.2, and then on application, and then on further finding out what my GPA was, once I got into master's degree, I found out that my GPA that they converted it was 3.8 on a scale of 4. Fun stuff. It's actually really cool because the university I attended, that was in a small town. It wasn't even in a big city. It was a small town, and that town is running only because of the university. So usually, more often than not, Fridays you don't have any classes. At least the university that we attended, Fridays nobody has a class, except one or two labs here and there. So your weekend technically begins Thursday night. It's weekend time, and you see all of these students, partying. They're all out, and I mean, the atmosphere is fantastic. It's fun because the whole student community, right? It you have this vibe, and since you're an international student, of course, all of not all, I'd say about 90% of the universities in the US have an official international student community. So you can go there, hang out, chill out. They have a lot of events. Typical weekend would be like free food always. I've never cooked on a Saturday night because there's free food always. There's some event or the other always going on. And then of course you start exploring cities around. It's even more fun because while you're a student, you're always thinking about the budget and how you can explore much more in the limited budget you have. So that experience is actually the best, I would say.